just enjoy this for a little bit, shall we? Right, now that's out of the way, let us start off in a similar manner to how we always do, with just a quick recap of the last session. Last session, unlike the previous ones before, we did not get through a fuller chapter. We got through half of chapter 4. So let's speak about the half we did get through. Usual school stuff. We went to classes, we helped around, we had a practical exam, we helped around the school for the thing, the people, with the stuff and the quests, the student council, there we go, I got there. In terms of class learning, we started swimming as it has become summer, so we were learning how to properly swim to military standards, how to do CPR, how to not drown, how to stop other people from drowning, things like that. And we had a race against Sarah, which we won. Practical exam, we fought against Fee and Laura. As there had been some tension building between the two of them, because Laura had preconceived notions about Jaegers, and Fee Fee was raised as a Jaeger, so they couldn't get along as well as they should have been able to. We won, we moved on, we got our bonus points, we did the side quests, which were, again, check out the school, go to the new floor. We did that, and when we left, we found a new giant red door that Reen responded to for some reason. The other things around the school was we found a calligraphy brush for the principal. We did another swimming lesson with Nightheart and his Manway method. And we did some other smaller stuff, helping one of the upper class students from class 2, I think, get along with one of her childhood friends who was from one of the lower classes. And yeah, that was about it. In terms of stuff that happened at the school that wasn't related to school, we finally met Reen's sister, Elise, and had a conversation with her that did not go exactly in Reen's favor, where he hurt her, and she ran away in tears. Not physically hurt, mind you, emotionally hurt with some of the choices Reen decided he was going to make that she did not agree with. Celine, however, led her into the old schoolhouse, down to the fifth floor, I think. Fifth floor, yeah. Whatever floor we were on, and the door opened up, and a giant walking suit of armor came out, attacking her. She fell unconscious, but since we were already looking for her, we'd already made our way to the old schoolhouse after talking to Toa, Laura, Fee, and finding that Patrick had an encounter with Elise and was trying to make her feel better in his own way. He didn't really succeed in that because he wasn't able to move past the differences he had with Reen after she introduced herself as Elise Swarzer. But Patrick, Crow, and Reen made their way to the old schoolhouse, heard her scream, and then made their way down to the whatever floor they were on to see the giant suit of armor attacking, or about to attack Elise. That caused Reen to lose control of himself and unleash a power that we had not seen up until this point. His hair turned white, and he got just incredibly more powerful. We were about to take it down to about half health before Reen pulled that power back into himself, because he didn't have any real control over himself. He was in a berserker state, if you will. Afterwards, Crow assisted us in fighting it, and we defeated the giant suit of walking armor. While this was going on, Patrick was getting Elise out of the combat zone and protecting her should Reen and Crow prove to be not enough. When the battle was over, the rest of Class 7 made their way down along with the student council, and we reported what we saw. And then we pretty much moved on to the practical examination, which I already spoke about. Afterwards, we got our field study assignments. Both groups are being sent to I forget the name. Heimdall. But since Heimdall was such a large city, we were being split off into the eastern and western halves of it. Group A to the east, Group B to the west. The only difference between this month's groups was Reen got moved to the Group B, or the former Group B, which was, Elliot, Marcius, Fee, and Laura. Sarah's not so subtle way of going, "Hey Reen, you're good at this. Make them get along," which inevitably worked. In Heimdall, we met Marcius's father, who was the third and final member of the board of directors, and was also the person giving us our field study tasks, and assigned us our living arrangements, which both groups got to spend their time in Heimdall in the former Bracer guilds that were there, but had been abandoned after the Bracers Guild were basically told, "You're not allowed in Erebonia anymore," because of events that happened in Trails in the Sky. Not in the games, mind you, but at the same time as the games. I won't go into those. If you want to look that up, look it up. Feel free to. It's some pretty interesting stuff about what Cassius was doing throughout first chapter. Anyway, our tasks were rather simple. The usual: defeat a monster, find someone's hat, which wasn't the usual, help out the Imperial Chronicler, the Imperial Chronicler is the news agency of the Empire. And there was one more that I can't remember, but it probably wasn't all that important. After that, the only real important thing that happened was when we went to slay the monster, we met the famous opera singer, Vita Clotilde, who Marcius and Elliot were quite the big fans of. When we tried to defeat the monster, Fee and Laura tried to form a combat link, but much like with Eustace and Marcius a few chapters back, it broke midway through. On the way out of the sewers that the monster was in, we heard music coming from a way that was apparently not there. We found a secret passage, and left the sewers and found our way into Mater Park, the one of the big park areas in Heimdall, where we met some of Elliot's old friends who went to the music academy. Afterwards, we learnt a bit about Elliot and how he really wanted to go to the music academy because he wanted to take after his mother, who unfortunately died of illness some years back. But his father, the Lieutenant General Craig, better known as Craig the Red, wouldn't allow it. So Elliot, deciding to meet him halfway, decided to go to Fours because it had musical classes, and most people who go to Fours don't, at least half the people who go to Fours don't join the military. After hearing about that, Laura decided to challenge Fee to a duel. We went back to Mater Park, those two fought, they came to an agreement after Fee, from her perspective, lost, as fighting as a Jaeger at night is when Jaegers are at their strongest. And since it was a draw, Fee considered it a loss since she had the advantage. So we learnt about Fee's past and the Jaeger group she was a part of, Sepha, and how it disbanded. I won't go into that. If you want to know, play the game or read up on it. Afterwards, we took control of Laura and Fee and defeated Machias and Reen. And then we got to the next day, which is where we're at now. We've got our next tasks, which I can't remember, but I can just reread them now. So, let's get into it! So our tasks, set as they may be, we have a Heimdall port monster. There's a terrifying monster that's been sighted in an underground waterway at Heimdall Port. Confirm the specifics with Dan Berto, the port chief, and eliminate the creature. Made for Walken. I need someone to test a new product. Come to La Saga in Venkier Street, and I'll tell you more. Oh no. Our family kitten has gone missing. If you can help us, please visit the Yost district. So let's go to Made for Walken. In I remember this quest. You were being given a pair of shoes. We have to equip them and take 2,000 steps. It basically means we just have to walk backwards and forwards in a very big area a bunch of times. Accept his request. It's a simple enough request, and I know a good place to do it. If you remember, Stragers were basically the shoe that Estelle, the main character from Trails in the Sky's first chapter and second chapter, has basically put her faith into, probably as strongly as she has Adios. As one of her common catchphrases is, Holy Stragers. Alright, let's make sure they're equipped to Laura. Yep. I'm gonna take you out to put you back in.
Right.
Travel to another district. The Heimdall port is actually the best place to do this, in my opinion, because it's a big, open... Oh, cutscene. But what I was going to say is it's a big, open place where you can just run backwards and forwards and get like 100 steps in one go. Like here, I'll go over here, Now let's use our Orbital Pedometer. 42. Now we'll run... That's the guy I gotta talk to for the monster. $226 out of the way. So back and forth. So that's about 400. $600. I suppose I could be making these steps up while I do the other quests, but I just want to get this out of the way. 800. Probably at something like 1200. No, I'm at just under 1400. There we go, 2000. Quick and done. Let's head back to Lesage Boutique, and hand her in. Woo! Lady Stragers. That's a new pair that we can equip onto. So it is 110 move plus 3. 110 defense plus 3 move. I'm actually gonna equip that onto you because I want the plus 5 evasion. There you go, what's her evasion at now? Should be at like 50. Yep. That's some good evasion right there. Let's go see weapons. Excuse me. Sorry, Marquis, but you're getting the shaft. Right, so let's head to the Ost district to help find a kitty. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Alright, so the house is right in front of me. Oh, the cat's name is No-No. Oh, we will. Right, so out of the house, do we have a... we have a exclamation mark up top and down the bottom, so the one that's closest to us, let's check you out. Hey, kiddies! The way that cats can lay down with their spines bent like that. Alright, so let's head up to the north. Right along here. Alright. Up to the very north, up top. The kitty leader. The leader of all the cats in the Ost district. Mr. Tiddles. Legendary. Cats don't live for that long to become legendary. Kitty strap. Right, so now we just got to do the monster in the Heimdall port. Yeah, and thus there's a side of the reformists that we haven't seen so far. Ones that have their head, well, except for Marcius in the beginning, but ones who have their head shoved up their ass a bit too far. Right.
My turn.
Use the key. Let us make our way into the tunnels. This one is a fair bit bigger than the last one, mind. Excuse me. Elliot can now use the S-Craft 7th Raspberry. And he's in my party, so we might get a chance to see it. Wasn't close enough to use the Gins. Why aren't they... There we go.
The advantage is ours.
My turn.
Go. Of course.
Now I'm going to use this just to show what it looks like.
You've been a wonderful audience.
You'll probably find I do not use that one very
I'll
much,
handle it.
because his regular crafts are just better.
Hostiles neutralized. Guess we're safe.
For example, being able to put enemies to sleep, healing our party members. It's just
Advantage
better.
is ours. Okay. Here we go. Now. It's over.
Here we go. Right. Now.
I'll pick you up.
You fought well, Ellie.
It's all I can do to keep up with you.
Success.
Level 37. So to give you an idea of the size of this map versus the previous one.
Now's our
I'll handle it. Here we go. Got it.
Go.
It's over.
Go. Of course.
my turn.
My turn. Now. That went all right.
See? You make a great team. Here we go. Of course. Now's our chance. Let's get him.
I'll handle it. Here we go.
Go. Second forward. Gale. Go. Elliot.
Okay. Okay, that was tough.
Nice work, though.
Levels.
Great.
All right.
I did it.
$250 of every sepith. That will be useful. I think I can now finally get this entire group to have max thing with the stuff. And the thing? Max CP for this game anyway. Level their orbments to the max. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm bad with words today.
Dangerous foe. Stay on guard.
A worthy
I'll
adversary.
handle it.
All good.
Here we go.
Here we go. Now's our chance.
I'll pick you up.
My turn.
Broken. Right. Good night.
Okay.
Here we go.
I'll handle it. Okay.
Here we go. Okay, it's safe for now.
Cannon is about to hit level 3, and Force is almost going to hit level 4, and Brave just hit level 3. You materials! Tear bomb. Dead end.
I wonder when that mechanism was made.
I'm guessing a few hundred years ago at least. Probably during the Dark Ages.
Those were difficult times back then.
No shit.
Advantage is ours.
Okay. Got it.
And open. Go. Now's our chance. You're done.
Right. Now, speed!
Roger.
When we fight together,
Cannon just hit
No
level
one
3.
stands a chance.
Hydro Cannon. Begin the battle with gradual HP regen, 30% of max HP for 3 turns. Pretty rockin'.
Oh, a treasure chest. Now's our chance. We can do
Okay.
this.
Here we go.
Nice, 2 insta KOs.
Second form. Gale. Now's our
I'll
chance.
lift you up.
my turn. We should keep going. Not bad.
Brilliant spin! Suction feint 30%. Draws foes into a vortex of light. Can unbalance.
I spy treasure.
It's a pretty good skill. Phantom Phobia. Are you just a... Area XL, stat down random, terrifies enemies with illusions, an illusion of death.
A challenging foe. We should engage it with care.
This one's dangerous. My turn. Here we go.
Here we go. Second form. Gale. Go.
I'll lift you up. Good night.
Of course. No escape. Off guard.
Broken.
My turn. I'll handle it.
Go. Okay, it's safe for now.
$183. It is like so close.
Advantage is ours. Okay.
Might.
My turn.
Right.
My turn.
Here we go.
My turn.
My turn. Oh, we did it.
So it's like 2 battles away from being leveled up.
our chance.
My
We can
turn.
do this.
Here we go.
My turn. Second form. Gale. Desert to Elliot.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Let's go.
Of course.
Okay. Got it.
And open. When we fight together,
No one
Force at
stands
level
a
4.
chance.
And heat up. 20 CP per enemy kill. Once per battle, when HP below 20%, I gain 100 CP. And it will be quite some time before I hit level 5.
Now's your chance.
My turn.
Oh, there is a lot in this one.
Here.
Go. Second form. Gale.
Right.
of course. No escape.
My turn. Here we go.
Probably not going to do a lot of damage.
Here we go.
Not enough to kill, but not a lot.
Second form. Gale. We'll cut our own. I did it.
I did it. Success.
A+ outcome.
I spy treasure.
The advantage is
My
ours.
turn. Here we go.
And open.
My turn. Another chance, Elliot.
Okay. Arcus activate.
My turn.
I'll handle it. Here. Got it.
And open.
Here we go.
I'll handle it. Target's eliminated. Let's get going.
Not bad.
May spend the thousands on the Sepith.
Treasure chest.
Sleep. That likely gives the sleep effect to my crafts and weapon attacks. Gonna sneak on past that guy.
I'll handle it.
Go.
My turn. The advantage is ours.
Okay. Here we go. Got it.
And open.
Here we go. Second form. Gale. Go.
I'll lift you up.
My turn. We should keep going.
Switch. Lowers the water.
Okay. Now.
And open!
Here we go! Desert Elliot!
Got it! Okay, that was tough.
Nice work, though.
Ah.
Now's your chance.
My turn. Now.
And open!
Go!
Right! Of course.
My turn.
Go!
My turn! Right!
Okay. Targets eliminated. Let's get going.
Oh, what a nice looking treasure
Aerial.
chest.
That probably. What is. I know what Aerial does, but what does that version of Aerial do? You know, increases attack, arts strength and defense by 7 and 5 respectively. EP charge 3.
I'll handle it.
Here we go! Enemy
Shit.
sighted! Here we go! Ah!
My turn.
There we
There
go.
you go. Got it.
And open! My turn! My turn!
My turn.
My turn!
I'll. Hostiles neutralized. Guess we're safe.
Ground bait. Battle scope. Gee, that looks familiar.
Is that a treasure chest?
Tyrrell. Ah, there we go. Just a regular Tyrrell. Put it on until he learns it.
This place seems like it goes on forever.
My father sure gave us a real humdinger of a job to deal with.
Well, I'm sure we must be getting close now.
That one looks
Right.
annoying. Watch out.
Right!
Advantage is ours. Okay. Got it.
And open!
My turn! Now's your
I'll
chance!
bend you up! Of course! Right! Now! Okay, that was tough.
Nice work, though.
Is that a treasure chest?
Leg breaker. It's a very useful skill to have. When she eventually becomes my... Well, not in this game.
Dangerous foe.
I'll handle
Stay
it.
on guard.
I spied treasure.
Now's our chance. We can do
I'll
this.
handle it. Here we go.
Here we go.
Right. Marcus, of course.
I'll handle it.
All right, let's keep going. All right.
I'm curious on why these water creatures are giving me so much fire, Sepiv, but hey.
Now's our chance. We can do this.
Okay. Here.
Go. Now's our chance.
I'll pick you up. My turn. Of course.
Okay.
Here we go.
I'll handle it.
Of course.
My turn. Hostiles neutralized. Guess we're safe.
I've only just begun.
Success.
Whew, almost level 40.
The advantage is ours.
Okay.
Go.
My turn. Of course.
Okay.
And open.
Hostile spotted. Okay.
Here we go.
Right. Right.
Okay.
You okay?
Go. Now's our chance.
Should have looked at what that attack was.
Okay, that was tough.
Nice work.
Battle chest!
What a nice looking treasure.
Hostile spotted. I'll handle it. Here we go.
Here we go.
Marcus, activate.
I'll handle it. Here we go. Got it. Laura, let's go.
Understood. Right. No escape.
I'll handle it. Here.
Here we go.
Behold, my most powerful strike. Radiant blade dance.
I didn't want to do this, but well, I also don't want Laura to die.
You still have a lot of training to do.
I did it!
I did it!
Tauros, a Master Quartz. What does Tauros do? It is a Earth Elemental Master Quartz. Attacks do more damage, but delay afterwards is longer. Damage multiplied by 1.5, delay after attack multiplied by 2. Oh, right. There we go. Now it's no more chests. Ooh, nice. So let's modify exchange slots. You're good. You're good now. You're good. You're good. And you're not good because I don't have enough. I don't know, space or time or mirage. Right, let us do battle.
Over at the adversary.
Okay. Here I go.
Too slow! Here we go!
Right.
Okay. Here I go. Got it.
An opening.
Right. Nice. I'll handle it. Here I go.
An opening.
My turn! Now's a chance!
I'll take you up.
My turn. Now, feed.
No. Okay. Yeah.
Go! All right.
I'll handle it. Now.
An opening.
Right. Keep it up, everyone.
My turn.
Of course. Shatter. Now. Broken.
My turn. All right.
I'll handle it. Target.
Right. Keep it up, everyone.
My turn. Second form. Gale!
I'll handle it.
Of course. Shatter. Off guard.
Broken.
Fool.
My turn. Here we go.
Listen to my song of feeling.
You have my things.
My turn. Here I go. Well, let's go.
Understood. Of course. Shatter. We should
And
keep
dead
going.
skis. Almost 2 times experience, not quite. Elliot got to level.
All right.
Alright, so let's head back.
That looks like a tough one. Be careful.
Of course.
Gee, just like the one I found yesterday.
The advantage is
I'll
ours.
handle it.
Just
Here we
one.
go. Another chance.
I bet you
You're
are.
done.
Okay, that was tough.
Laura leveled up.
Nice work, though.
Not bad.
$250 of each Sepith. Will come in handy in getting Machias that last little level he
Challenging.
needs.
My turn.
Here we go.
We should engage it with care.
My turn.
My turn.
Okay.
Go.
My turn.
Right.
That little trick, I wish I knew about the first time I played through when I didn't want to waste time fighting monsters like that.
My turn.
Here we go.
Oh, what a nice looking treasure chest.
La Forte.
Right.
Of course.
Oh, there's the exit.
We're finally there.
They decided to grab some fish and chips to go from a nearby pub. With their meal in hand, they headed to Marcus's house to enjoy lunch with a good cup of coffee. I don't know. Maybe it's just the area, but coffee's not something I really want to drink with fish and chips. And then again, the Regnitz family seems to be heavy coffee drinkers.
There's a photo.
Oh, that.
Aww, look at cute little Marcus there.
He looks like he had such a sweet disposition.
Yeah, before he grew up to be a stubborn old nag.
Stop nitpicking people's old family photos! Honestly.
The governor looks the same as ever, though. Is that woman next to him your older sister or something?
Close enough. She was a cousin on my father's side of the family. Since she lived quite close, she often came to visit. Now her family was just my father and I, so having her around was a big help.
The way you speak about her seems to imply you no longer see her. Did she get married and move away?
She died. Around 6 years ago.
Oh,
I see. And that has something to do with why you hate the nobility, right?
So...
I never really planned on telling anyone about this. But considering all we've been through, I suppose it's time I told you a little more about me. It's a long story, but would you hear me out?
Of course.
absolutely.
Glad to.
Thanks. Sis was 9 years my senior. Beautiful, kind. To me, she was in every sense the ideal woman. Now, as I said earlier, we're a family of commoners through and through. But my father proved to be a very capable government official. And eventually, he was promoted to an important government position, where he started to make a name for himself. Honesty and integrity are a core part of his work ethic. So, of course, he made his fair share of enemies. But after seeing success in a number of major projects, he gained a reputation both inside and outside the government. My mother died when I was still young, but Sis happened to live around here and ended up helping us in more ways than I can count. Since she was his niece, my father always made a fuss over her. And even though she didn't live in the same house, she was like a real sister to me, a real daughter to my father. I was always so proud of her. As a child, she was practically my idol. And as you'd expect, she had countless admirers among the men of the city. But for all her popularity, she was always level-headed and sensible. So I never felt I had anything to worry about. Until he appeared. He was one of my father's subordinates at City Hall. Though unlike him, he was a noble by birth. A man of high rank, too. the heir of a count. However, he had none of the arrogance or haughtiness one usually associates with the nobility. When I met him myself, he came across as an honest and loyal man. He met Sis when Dad introduced him to her one day, and eventually the two of them fell in love and began a relationship, despite the difference in their social status. As a child, I was frustrated beyond words, but even I had to admit that the two of them made a good couple. And Sis seemed so happy when she was with him that I had no choice but to let it go and accept their relationship. Time went on and they became engaged, with Dad acting as the go-between. And that's when everything started to fall apart. His family couldn't have been more blatant in their attempts to undermine the relationship. Apparently, one of the four great houses, House Cayenne, proposed an arranged marriage on short notice, and the Count's family were up in arms at the thought he might choose to take a mere commoner as his wife. Since my father held an important post, they were limited in how shamelessly they could try to sabotage the marriage. They began to harass and threaten her in secret every way they could think of. It made her life a living hell. Maybe she didn't want to cause trouble for the man she loved, or perhaps she did it out of consideration for my father. But all that time, she chose to endure it alone. She never discussed it or asked for help. And finally, it became so crushing that she took her own life. It was only afterward that my father and I learned what had really happened. It seems that at the very last, he had chosen to betray her love for him. But I told her, I'd treasure her as my mistress instead if she'd just accept that we couldn't be married. I just don't understand it. Why would she take her own life? After that, my father seemed to redouble his efforts. It was like watching a machine kick into high gear. With the help of his ally, Chancellor Osborne, he was able to wrest control of City Hall from the noble faction. Then, 4 years ago, he was appointed to his current position as governor of Heimdall. And that's how the Regnitz family came to be where it is.
I don't even know what to say.
So that's why you started hating Noble?
Yeah. I was so furious at Sis's death. My hatred needed to be directed at someone. First I blamed her fiancé, then his family, and the family of the Duke who tried to intervene. In the end, I just hated the nobility as a whole. The people, their culture, the entire idea of social classes. I desperately wanted the strength to win against them, to show how right I was, how wrong they were. But deep down, I knew the truth about my hate. I knew I was taking out my anger on people who didn't deserve it. People who had done nothing wrong.
You did?
They may be from different social classes, but people are still individuals. Sis's fiancé was faithful to her. He just wasn't strong enough to shield her from all that ugliness, despite his love. And the Count and his family were only acting in their best interests, which is to be expected, really. Ultimately, I've had to acknowledge that not all commoners are good people, and not all nobles are unworthy of respect. Eustace might not have done much to change my opinion, but getting to know you two showed me that there are nobles who live up to that name.
Machias.
I have no idea how my father feels about all of this, but this is how I've come to feel.
I see. You have my thanks.
I'm glad you felt you could talk to us about it.
Still, I don't think it hurt to be a bit more honest with you. If you're willing to admit all of that, maybe you can find it in you to be friends with Eustace, too.
Are you kidding me? I might accept that not all nobles are bad, but that arrogant, self-centered fool can go choke on a palm. Who's mocking me for spending so much time studying, or telling me I need to get out more.
I don't think he goes quite that far. Besides, I don't think he does it on purpose. He doesn't mean any harm.
That's the most irritating part! He does it without thinking!
Well, that was a good coffee break. Wouldn't you?
Maki has learned can now use the S-Craft Ultimate Shot. I'll show that as soon as I can. You can also, if you go to Gamgee's pub before handing in the quest, you can get the recipe for fish and chips. Sorry, fried fish, not fish and chips. Gee, I wonder what this is. So we handed in that. Got 5 U materials, 1 additional field study task. Burglary at the jewelers. San Courier's Jewelers. It seems a burglary has taken place at a jeweler in the Garnia district called San Courier's. We should head over there and find out what happened as soon as possible. But first... Oh, I see. But first I'm actually going to go back to the Ost district. Gamgee's pub. And if you talk to dear old Gamgee here, he will give you the recipe for the food. But since I already have it, he of course won't give it to me. Ooh, I can make a little bit of everything. Right, so let's head to the Garnia district. To the... this place. Get in the door. That tiara that we saw yesterday is gone! Gone! $100 million mirror was its value. Yes, V, that is pretty pricey. for those of you watching who have played Trials in the Sky first chapter and second chapter, you may remember Phantom Thief B, as he was a rather important character in the second chapter. So, what has he... To the owner of this fine establishment, know that I have the Crimson Tiara securely in my possession. Should you fulfill my conditions, I promise that it shall be returned to you unharmed. If not, I have no guarantees. First, you must not report this incident to the Railway Military Police. Second, you must deliver the other card here to the members of For's Military Academy, Class 7, Group A. Third and foremost, Group A must overcome the trials written on said card. Phantom Thief B. I'm not going to read everything like that. It's probably going to end up hurting my throat. Phantom Thief B's card. Here we go. Salutations, ladies and gentlemen of For's Military Academy's Class 7 Group A. Should you wish to recover the treasure you seek, accept and overcome the trials I have placed before you. All the keys lie within the Vermilion capital. The first key is at the feet of the Conqueror with the heart of a lion. Well, that one's pretty straightforward. There is a statue of Emperor Drycles the Lionheart in the Drycles Plaza. So I imagine it's here. There it is. The second key in the northeastern seat of the Prismatic Palace. I honestly, if I knew more about this, I would probably be able to tell you why, but I'm just going off memory here. It is the greenhouse in the Meta Park. But I believe earlier we hear something about how the greenhouse has a lot of different colored plants and flowers and what have you in there.
There's so many butterflies.
It really gives the place an exotic touch, huh?
Right, so it said the northeastern? Northeastern seat of the Prismatic Palace. So, there's the card. At the round table where once rested the gauntlets that support the east of the city. Okay. That one's pretty obvious. And this is just a dickish move on his part. Right. So the round table where the gauntlet that used to protect. At the round table where once rested the gauntlets that supported the east of the city. Well, gauntlets that support the people, I can only imagine that would be the Bracers Guild. So the round table within the Bracers Guild. Here we are. There it is. On the bottom of the white burden on the steel birds perched at the water's edge. I only got about half of that. The steel birds at the water's edge, I can only imagine would be here. Steel birds probably refers to ships or something. Looks like it's on a white crate. The steel bird perched at the water's edge. The final key is also hidden near the water's edge. The crimson crown you seek sleeps within a black ark nestled in the steel car that marches with the minutes. So, the steel car that marches with the minutes would be this fine little contraption over here. And that would be the black ark that it is within.
So the tiara really was in there, huh? Now I'm wondering if the last passenger who stepped off the tram was Phantom Thief B himself.
If you know the voice of Phantom Thief B, you know this is actually him. Don't worry, I'm not spoiling anything, we get told that anyway.
Usual passengers on board, though?
I see. So you have no idea who
To have done so much and yet left no trace of his presence. He must truly be a master at covering his tracks.
I'll say. But hey, at least we were able to get the tiara back. I suppose that's good enough.
What's wrong, Rean?
Why are you staring at me like that?
I think it's time we put an end to this little charade. Don't you? Baron Blueblanc? Or should I call you Phantom Thief B?
What? This savory taste is why the unripe fruit is the most delectable of all.
Wait, aren't you the Baron we met earlier? But that mask...
That's the mask of Phantom Thief B.
Allow me me to introduce myself once again. I am Phantom Thief Blue Blanc, otherwise known simply as Phantom Thief B. Baron Blue Blanc is but one of the many roles I have assumed during my pursuits. Incidentally, might I ask when you first discovered my true identity?
It didn't really take much discovering. You went out of your way to show up in the Crystal Garden after all. Now, maybe it's just me, but I find it hard to believe you were seriously trying to hide your identity to begin with. Your disguises, nothing short of perfect, I have to admit. But with all the work you've put into this, I suspected you might come check on us near the end of your little game.
Ah, I see. Excellent deductive reasoning.
That laugh.
Simply splendid.
But why would you do something like this? Why go to all the trouble?
Ah, does that interest you? Must there be a motive?
Nah. Now that we know your identity, there's nothing more to discuss.
Theft is a crime.
Indeed. A crime we will not allow to go unpunished.
Yeah, you guys aren't ready to fight Blue Blanc yet.
Spirited youths you are.
What? How did he do that?
You guys aren't quite up to his level yet.
Just a little trick I like to keep up my sleeve. Regardless, you have provided me with plenty of sport and more than enough entertainment for one day. I'll be watching your future achievements with keen interest. Ladies and gentlemen, until we meet again, I bid you adieu.
He disappeared again.
That's quite a little trick.
He might still be nearby.
Green and the others scoured the area for Phantom Thief B, but try as they might, they found no trace of him. After reporting the details of the incident to City Hall, they trekked back to the jewelers to return the tiara. All elements Sepith 500-o. Yeah, I'll definitely be able to finish leveling Marquis's Orbal gear up with that. Right. Done diddly diddy dunskies. But before I head to the Sank district, I would like, if possible, to go to the Orbu Factoria. There we go. Ooh, not. Ooh, impede 2. Picking up one of you. Attack 1, attack 2, action 1, 2. There we go. Basically, he cancels every art. He has a 90% chance of art cancelling. Wow, oh, what? Why does she not have it? But that just ain't on. Defense 1, defense 2. Attack 1, attack 2. Action 1, action 2. There you go. Now she is just going to be a tank that hurts. And why not? Let's finish it off with a HP 2. She don't have arts, but she has a lot of HP, some defense, a lot of attack, and she goes fast. Right, travel to another... Right, so now we want to head to the Sank district. I have already handed everything in, so I can freely travel there.
They were wearing the same uniform as Reen's sister.
Yeah, they must go to St. Estrella too.
So, the famous St. Estrella Girls' School is around here, huh? It's supposed to be a combined middle and high school exclusively for the young ladies of the nobility.
Yeah, this is one part of the capital that the masses have no reason to visit. Although, I can at least support the school's commitment to fostering chastity and rejecting materialism.
You seem to know an awful lot about a fancy girls' school.
No, I don't. This is all just common knowledge.
Anyway, let's go and wait by the front gate.
Yeah, those were the instructor's orders.
I'm feeling kind of nervous, actually.
Why would you?
To men, this academy must seem clad in the mysterious, impenetrable aura of feminine nobility.
I was wondering, Did you not want to come here, Laura?
My father did recommend it to me, but they offered no classes in the martial arts. That alone was reason enough to look elsewhere.
I can totally understand that.
Though I get the feeling Laura would cause a real uproar if she went to a school for genteel young ladies.
Yeah, I can picture the chaos now.
Oh? I have a number of acquaintances who attend there, and from all I hear, it does seem to be a wonderful school. I've heard that even Princess Alphen herself is a student there.
I've heard that too.
Princess who?
You've seriously never heard of her? I know you're not from Erebonia, but even still.
To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if plenty of Erebonians didn't know who she is.
Princess Alphen is the daughter of our reigning emperor, His Majesty Emperor Eugit. She's supposed to be as sweet as an angel and popular with everyone.
Is that so?
Actually, I believe she's the same age as Fee. I've had the opportunity to meet her once before. She truly is as charming as the rumor suggests.
I figured as much. I've seen photographs of her plenty of times in magazines, though I've never had the opportunity to meet her.
Sounds like she's in the same school year as Elise, come to think of it. She has a twin brother, too, Prince Cedric. He's the crown prince of Erebonia.
Oh, right. I think I've seen a picture of the prince in a magazine before. Dark blonde hair, like Eustace's brother, right?
Oh, I think you're thinking of Prince Oliver. He's Cedric and Alphen's older brother.
Why isn't he the crown prince then?
I've heard the reason is that his mother was a commoner. It seems like a stupid reason to deny him the right of succession, but that's how nobles do things.
I feel like I've been hearing his name a lot lately.
He also personally chose himself to step down from being the next possible emperor, as he felt it would cause problems in the future and he didn't want to deal with that. Well, he didn't want to put those problems onto his family, as it were.
He made a big splash when he came back from Liberl aboard that airship. You know the one, right?
Ah, you must be referring to his return aboard the Arcel, after the crisis in Liberl was put to rest.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. It really made a big impact. I'd never seen an airship that looked so white and elegant before.
I believe my father went to welcome the prince back in his capacity as imperial governor, too. And yeah, now that you mention it, that does seem to be when I started hearing his name around a lot more.
Oh, you're all here already.
Ah, you made it.
It's good to see you all again.
You're a bunch of early birds, aren't you?
Well, we just about finished up everything we had to do when we got the call to meet here.
Were you able to finish up everything on your end, too?
As if we'd leave any loose ends. If not for our unfamiliarity with the city, we would have been finished this morning.
Every time.
Looks like getting these two to kiss and make up will be an uphill battle.
Well, some say that when someone gets under your skin, it means you really care about what they think.
Wait, did you two...
I figured the girls would be the first to notice.
Of course, I apologize for any worry I've caused you.
We're fine now. Really? That's great! It sure is. Maybe after this field study is over, we can get together and spend the night talking in one of our rooms. Sounds good.
The thought of a Class 7 pajama party makes me a little embarrassed.
That's girls for you.
Girls and sleepovers go together like jam and toast, huh?
That must be Heimdall Cathedral's bell.
It has a solemn, stately sound, wouldn't you say? It sounds so different from how it does in the Ost District. Though that makes sense considering the distance.
That bell ringing must mean it's 5 o'clock, which means it's almost the time we were supposed to meet here.
Rean?
Elise, what are you doing here? Wait, I guess this is your school, so where else would you be?
Yep. I see all of your classmates are with you, too. It's only been a week since we saw you, hasn't it?
Well, we were told to meet here.
Wait a minute. Are you the ones? The 9 guests I was told to expect at 5 o'clock sharp?
Well, there are 9 of us in Class 7. Wait, what?
Then that would mean you're the one we were told wanted us to come here?
Actually, I suspect that would be a friend of mine. Why does she always have to be such a mischief maker? I swear. She could have at least given me a little warning that you were coming.
Elise?
Anyway, where are my manners? Welcome to St. Estrella Girls' School. I hope you'll enjoy your visit. Right this way.
Get to meet two interesting peoples. Rosengarten.
What's in here?
It looks like an indoor garden.
This is the Academy's Rose Garden. The person who called you here is waiting inside.
Who did call us here anyway?
Whoever they are, they must have considerable social standing.
Your Highness, I brought the guests. Thank you. Please show them in.
Oh,
No way.
Hey, Elise, is that...
You don't need to ask when you already know. Now, if you'll follow me. I knew it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7. My name is Alphen. Alphen Rice Arner. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. Come on, Elise, cheer up. I'm sorry, all right? I was only trying to tease you a little. Don't you have something you wanted to discuss with everyone? Please, go right ahead. Well, that aside, it's been a long time since I last saw both of you, Eustace and Laura. I'm glad to see you're both well.
Likewise, Your Highness.
You've become even more fetching since we last met.
Aw, thank you. I was rather hoping that you'd decide to enroll in St. Estrella too. But it seems you chose to attend Thor's after all.
Well, I've committed myself to following the way of the sword, and Thor's gives me a place to hone my skills. I apologize for not being able to live up to your expectations.
First I lost Angelica to Thor's, then you too. Perhaps I should just transfer there next year myself. Your Highness. Got you to look. But I...
Well, she seems lively.
she seems far more easygoing than I was expecting.
I've heard plenty about her, but none of that prepared me for meeting her in person.
So, this is what it's like to be in the presence of royalty. It's actually rather overwhelming.
I can see why people always compare her to an angel.
Me too. Please don't worry about me. Well, I still have much to learn before I feel like I deserve my status among the nobility. I've been blessed with wonderful friends, and I'm enjoying life here at the Academy.
Well, she does seem to have at least one wonderful friend. Kind of an understatement when that friend happens to be Princess Elfin.
I'm particularly happy to finally be able to meet you, Rean Schwarzer. Elise has told me so much about you.
Your Highness!
I'm honored that you'd say so. Elise always mentions in her letters what a great friend she had. As her brother, I wanted to thank you for that.
Rean!
Oh, it's so refreshing. You're every bit the person Elise says you are. Perhaps even more so.
Huh?
Actually, I have a teensy-weensy favor to ask. Do you think I could join Elise in thinking of you as my dear brother as well?
What?
Your Highness! You see, Elise has spoken of you so often that in my heart, you've already come to feel like family. And now that I've had the opportunity to meet you, I fear I simply can't suppress these feelings any longer. I have 2 brothers already, of course, so I'm sure it won't take long to adjust.
I couldn't possibly.
That's enough, Your Highness. Aw, don't be so stingy. Surely it wouldn't hurt to share him with me a little. Anyway, that aside, the reason I called you here today was not to talk with me. There is someone else who would like to meet you.
Why? It's not like we're famous.
Who do you mean? Hey, isn't that...
A guitar? No, a lute?
I think the music was supposed to change, but it didn't.
Oh, it seems he's arrived. Oh,
I apologize for keeping you waiting.
That was how he was dressed in Trails in the Sky. Minus the
It's a pleasure to see
ponytailed
you
hair.
again.
And you as well, young lady? Well, I trust everyone here has been making themselves comfortable.
Who's this guy? I'm not sure, though I feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
I serve as a music instructor in the hallowed halls of this fine academic institution. In truth, I am ever on the hunt for that elusive mayfly we call love. But that might raise eyebrows at a girls' school. But whose pulse would not quicken wandering into this untainted cloister of dew-eyed maidens? Ah, the romance.
Could he be?
ow! I think that's quite enough. Any more of that and our guests may start edging toward the exit.
Ah, I can always count on you to never miss a beat, my dear sister.
Oh, wait. So this is...
Whoa.
Indeed. Tis I, Olivert Ricey Arner, also known by some unscrupulous individuals as the Debaucherous Prince.
Though those of us who played Trails in the Sky know him better as Olivia Langheim, I believe it's pronounced.
I also serve as Thor's Military Academy's ornamental chairman of the board. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7.
have to admit, I was surprised to learn that you're the chairman of the board of directors, Your Highness. I'd heard that the chairman was a member of the Imperial family, but still.
I'm not surprised. Who would expect the infamous prodigal son to chair a committee at a prestigious academy like Thor's? I suppose it's not surprising they'd rather keep it hushed up, though. It wouldn't exactly be great for the school's image.
That's surprisingly forthright coming from you.
Is it really true, though? I mean, that you were the one responsible for establishing Class 7, Your Highness?
Indeed, I was. You see, it's always been a tradition that a member of the Imperial family serves as chairman of the board. At first, I wore the title in name only, but I had a change of heart after my vacation in Liberl 2 years ago.
You were in Liberl back then?
That would put your visit during the incident that occurred there, correct?
Right. All I've done since I returned to Erebonia has been inspired by my experience during the crisis in Liberl. As a result, fruitless though they may prove to be, I've set a number of plans in motion. One of which is to bring the winds of change to Thor's military academy. A gust of fresh air, if you will.
Winds of change, huh?
I can only assume you're referring to our class?
Then the one who decided to throw both commoners and nobles into the same class was...
Yes, the idea was mine. Although the selected students also had to have a high aptitude with the Arcus units too.
I think I'm finally starting to understand the reasoning behind Class 7, and why we're being sent all over Erebonia on these field studies.
To show us firsthand and give us cause to consider the conflict between the two factions. That is the purpose behind our field studies. Is it not, Your Highness?
That is one of the reasons, yes. However, my foremost intention was to show you that during your lives, you will encounter many obstacles and conflicts. Not just between factions, but between the capital and the provinces, tradition and technology, even between nations. In these turbulent times, I thought that this would provide the hands-on education today's promising youths need. We need up-and-comers who can think and act independently to face tomorrow's challenges head-on.
That makes sense.
Wow, that's quite a plan.
I can't help but feel a little unsure whether we can live up to such high expectations.
Hearing your explanation has, at the very least, cleared up many of the doubts I've had up to this point.
Class 7 does seem like an ideal environment to expand one's outlook on life.
I feel like going through everything we have so far has brought us closer to doing exactly that.
Yep.
Marvelous. I'm so pleased to hear it. Just listening to you makes me feel even more certain that establishing Class 7 was the right decision.
God bless Matthew Mercer and his amazing voice work.
Especially since while the idea itself was mine, I have no real say in how the classes run day to day. Even so, I still hope to meet all of you at least once, if only to tell you all this. And that was when Alphen stepped in and offered to set up this little meeting.
I see. Well, I could hardly refuse such a sincere request from my brother. But it also presented me a fine chance to finally meet Elise's beloved brother, as I've always wanted to. Your Highness!
Thank you for taking the time to tell us all of this, Your Highness. I feel like now that I know, I want to live up to the promise you saw in Class 7. Thing is, am I right in assuming that Class 7 doesn't exist?
What do you...
Oh?
The board has its chairman, of course, but 3 directors. My older brother Rufus, Imperial Governor Karl Regnitz, and Irina Reinford of the Reinford.
Oh, yeah.
Now that you mention it...
They do seem to have certain expectations for...
Two sides of the
Precisely.
conflict, plus one person who's on neither side, but will but will gladly support both for the right price.
As I mentioned, I no longer have anything to do with how Class 7 is run. That authority lies with the directors. As you're keenly aware, Rufus and Governor Regnitz sit on opposite sides of the factional divide. And while Chairman Irina is mostly involved with Class 7's technology, like the Arcus, her intentions are a mystery to me. And it's those 3 who decide where you'll travel for your field.
Is that right?
When you put it that way, it does make it seem like some kind of bargaining is taking place behind the scenes.
It was one of the conditions they gave in exchange for allowing Class 7 to be established. I'll admit, I hesitated to allow it, but I decided to place my hopes in you. We believed then, as we still do, that one day you all will be a great light that can push back the darkness of this country. Well, I suppose when I put it that way, it sounds positively heroic. Your students, first and foremost. Reach out and grab that fragrant rose of school life. Join a club. Eat cheap food with your friends at midnight. Fall in love. We live but once. Make your youth count.
You know, it's weird, but hearing you say that kind of takes a load off my mind.
By the way, just earlier you said that we believed the Class 7 would be a great light. Is there someone else involved with Thor's who shares your vision for our class, Your Highness?
There is. Principal Van Dyke. I once attended Thor's myself and studied under him. He gave my proposal to establish Class 7 his full backing.
I see.
He's been particularly considerate toward us ever since we arrived at the Academy.
While he has no direct control over the running of the Academy, he does preside over the board meetings. And above all, he's the one who assembled an excellent team to give you first-rate training.
An excellent team, you say?
Are you referring to Instructor Sarah?
Well, she's certainly one of them. Still, coaxing her away from her former line of work certainly played a large part in giving Class 7 a great foundation. She is, after all, one of the strongest people in the Empire, and her experience makes her a natural field leader.
Wait, what?
Instructor Sarah? One of the strongest people in Erebonia?
Exactly what experience might you be referring to?
I've even heard rumors of her daring exploits myself. She was known as the Purple Lightning. Doesn't that sound exciting?
Wait. Purple Lightning?
I knew it.
If you two have heard of it, it must be a household name among martial artists.
That's right. Though I've just heard it in passing.
Ah, that young ace of the Erebonian Bracer Guild, and one of the Empire's most famous bracers. She has a history full of brave feats and dangerous deeds. She was even the youngest bracer to achieve A-rank status. Back then, she was known as the Purple Lightning. Now, you know her simply as your homeroom teacher.
She was quite... That's actually quite the thing, considering people like Agate and Shara, who are the same age as her, only just reaching... excuse me. Have only just reached A rank a couple years ago. And they are the same age as her, where she reached A rank many years ago. Though she might be in for some competition with Estelle and Joshua, who, while in my playthrough of the game reached A rank, canonically speaking, are only B rank to my knowledge. Same day, 21:30. Yellibet. I think I'm gonna go make a coffee in a minute. So I think once this cutscene ends, I'll go be right back. Why do I keep calling him Gilbert? It's not Gilbert, it's Gideon. Maybe it's because I think of him as this game's version of Gilbert. Though not as entertaining or funny. The short version is that if the Bracers Guild were still as big a group in the Erebonian Empire as they used to be, they would have gotten in the way of Chancellor Osborne's plans for the future. So he did what he could to remove them. And while he couldn't get rid of all of them, after all there are some exceptions, like Instructor Sarah here and another character we'll meet further down the line in the game, and the Bracers Guild that is still operating in Legram, Laura mentioned earlier in the game, he did get rid of most of them. Most just decided to leave Erebonia and join Bracers guilds in other parts of the world. After all, just because the guilds were removed from Erebonia doesn't mean that the people in them stopped being Bracers. Same day, 2300 hours. The short answer is Ouroboros attacked them, Cassius came in and rescued them all, but in doing so, Chancellor Osborne saw just how big of a threat Cassius himself could be, so decided he didn't want the Bracers Guilds here, because if they had access to people like Cassius, that could be a huge threat to him and his plans. I get the feeling that, well, Zephyr may not have had a particularly strong moral compass, as it was still a Jaeger group who would do whatever they were paid for. I also get the feeling there were some things they wouldn't stoop to. Excuse me. Not quite up to rank A5 yet. I'm just 3 points off.
Drinks are on me someday.
Next day, 100 hours. Or 100 hours. 1 AM.
The time is finally at hand. At last, the hammer of judgment shall rouse this indolent capital from its slumber. Yeah!
Comrade G, all of the necessary preparations are complete.
But it feels like you have so few men accompanying you.
Wouldn't it be wise to call in a few others for backup?
There's nothing to fear. As long as I have this flute, not even the railway military police stand a chance of stopping us.
Wrong!
Tomorrow, the people of this land will at last know our name. My dear comrades, I shall be counting on you all. Yeah!
Bum 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 bum. Day of the Summer Festival. Right. Right, now that I have control of my character, the first thing I'm going to do is go BRB, because like I said, I want to make a coffee. So, enjoy the music, I'll be back in 5 or so. Back and I have coffee. But it is quite hot as it is black since I have no milk, so I'm going to let that cool for a bit. Right. So first things to do, there is a hidden quest it does not tell you about. So we go to Banquio Street, and we must talk to Bond, the man with the suitcase here. So, Garnier District is my first place. But first... before we do that, let's head into the Bifrost, because there's a new book we can buy from the bookstore. Well, I say new book, but it's a new Imperial Chronicler. And also, I believe if we head upstairs, we can find an interesting friend. Why, who's this?
Woohoo! I'm on a roll! I can almost taste that grand prize.
Crow?
That is very hot.
Ah, hey guys! How's that field study coming along?
Oh, it's going fine. But why are you here?
Oh, you don't know? Classes don't run back at the Academy during the summer festival. So I came here to squeeze as much fun as possible out of this fortuitous bit of free time.
Meaning?
The summer races, of course.
Wait, you came all the way here to bet money on horse racing? We're minors! We're not allowed to place bets!
Do I look like a lawbreaker to you? There's a magazine that's running a prize contest for the summer races. You send in your predictions, and if you're spot on, you win a really fancy prize.
So you came all the way to the capital just to check on that?
If only we all had such boundless energy.
Alright, time for some serious praying to the gods. I'll leave the money here, okay?
Thank you very much. Come back anytime.
Anyway, I'm heading over to the cathedral over in the Song District. Peace. Come on, guys. Let me win that prize.
That seems a rather pedestrian thing to pray for.
So irresponsible.
That's Crow for you. Looks like there's still places here we haven't explored. Let's go look somewhere else.
Can't go to the Song District, otherwise I would go see if he was there. Alright, what did was there anything else I wanted to do in here? I got the book, I said hi to Crow. Alright, I wanted to, you should buy some battle scopes here, apparently it comes in handy later. I've already got a crappo ton of them. I wanted to get some, cook some stuff. Okay, so let's start with this and make my way down. Can I make the worst? I can make the worst.
Alright,
make for me a dangerous meatball.
Let's never speak of it.
Make for me some red liquid.
Alright, I'll give it a try. Let's never speak of it.
Make for me red hot soda.
Okay. Better than expected.
Nope. Make for me Pampering rice.
It's technically...
Make for me, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Okay. It's technically edible.
Colorless noodles. Egg custard pudding.
Okay. Oh, came out okay.
I think I might have already done this one.
Okay. It's technically...
Roasted fry up. Do I have it? Yep.
Alright, I'll give it a try. I suppose this will... Alright, I'll give it a try. Let's never speak.
And fish nuggets.
Better than expected.
No, I said fish nuggets.
This one's my special.
Roasted coffee. I'm pretty sure I already did black liquid, and I don't think I did double espresso
Alright, I'll
though.
give it a try.
Hope this turns out okay. Something's...
Creamy chowder. Pretty sure I did this one, but I'll make it anyway.
Oh, came out okay. Okay. It's technically...
I know I did those ones, so alright, now I've got some more stuff to hand in when I get to back to Thomas and Lot. Alright, so whoops, wrong place. Wrong place again. To the Ghania district. Alright. Alright, off to Alto. And the Concert Cafe. And we helped some fine young people. Well, I don't think some fine people. They're not exactly young. A running machine. That's good. Right, now let's get on with the things. Do not go to Meta Park yet, or you will not be able to do everything to get the best results. So one of the first things to do was Crow, which I already did. Now, an event at the north of Vanicula Street. Vanicua Street. So... Now we head to Alto Street. And that exclamation mark over there at the north. Alright, now we go to Draco's Plaza, up to the...
Sure are more people out than there were yesterday.
That exclamation
They
mark?
must have all come to see the Imperial family's parade.
That looks like an older version of Ferris. I vaguely remember Annabelle being here. Annabelle being the woman we helped way back in Seldic find her purse. Maybe I'm thinking of a different area. Right. To Heimdall Port. I'm gonna talk to up there, those two exclamation marks. Seems like a few people didn't come in. Yeah, it is odd that people suddenly started disappearing, and then these people suddenly stopped coming and suddenly quit work. Ost District, over there. Right, and the last place is back in the Garnia district. We've got to go into the hotel. Vita Clotilde. Plan, Alright. that is not all the places. We still have to check over here. Ah, okay, no. We use this to go to Mater Park. Because apparently we noticed something down here. It also gives us the best possible, AP.
Let's get this over with.
Right. I'll handle it.
My turn.
Go!
My turn.
Of course. Off guard.
Broken.
When we fight together,
Yeah, okay, no experience gains. Nothing here is worth killing then.
right.
Okay.
Here we go!
Right. My turn.
I'll handle it.
I've got this!
Right,
Of course.
now while we are at Mater Park, let us go talk to Patrick. Why would you hate to admit that they helped you? Get your head out of your ass. Be thankful they did. Oh yeah, AP increased by 2. Now talk to Paddy Patrick. I think... Right, so there is a... There is a person that we must speak to, a child of some... Oh, we can't go there yet. Alright, I'm going to save just to make sure I don't miss anything. But we need to talk to someone named Tim. Make sure that these are not... Nope. Nope. Right, so let's just leave. Same day, 12. There we go. After taking the tram to Maida Park, the tram stop, the main story will advance. Alright, so all the side activities. When you are ready, examine the... Cool, yep, now I should go to Maida Park, because I've done all side activities. Travel to Maida Park. One limousine containing Olivert, one containing Cedric, and one containing Alphen. Oh, that was loud. Looks like I'm gonna get a thunderstorm, maybe. Let me just check how the weather's gonna be for tonight. BRB, 1 second. Claims there's going to be no storms, but who knows if that's going to be true or not. It suddenly sounded like I got a bit of thunder just then. Alright, so there is a... nope, not yet. .40 p.m. or 14:40. Here we go. Right, so in the southeastern area of this place, one of the children, a boy named Tim, it's Nick, there we go. He will give you Red Moon Rose, Chapter 9. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'm pretty sure I missed 4. Actually, that's something I want to check right now. Books list. Let's see, did I miss it or does it come up later? I missed it. You were supposed to speak to someone at Aurochs Fort way back when we were in Berea Hard. Oh well, what you gonna do? Imperial meat. Turkey leg, ground sausage, and stamina steak. Hello, you two.
Toa! Angelica!
Oh, I didn't expect to meet all of you here.
Well, isn't this a coincidence?
President Herschel?
We certainly weren't expecting to encounter the two of you out here.
Huh? Looks like the goddess herself brought us together. And now that she's granted us this chance, what do you two say we...
I'm afraid we'll have to decline. We have our field study to attend to.
What she said. Lame.
Denied.
Will she ever learn?
Looks like those rumors about her were true.
Did you ride your orbital bike all the way here?
Yeah, you can make it from Trista to here in 40 minutes on a good day. So I plopped Toa on the back of the seat and off we went.
It almost seems like a metallic horse.
It's pretty cool.
Angie's not the most careful driver, so it wasn't exactly what I'd call a leisure cruise. I really love the festival atmosphere, though. I just wish I could enjoy it without the threat of a terrorist attack hanging over us.
Wait, how do you know about...
Did Instructor Sarah tell you?
Yep, I've been helping out a little with your field studies, too. Yesterday, I was the one who passed on the governor's request to Instructor Sarah, for example. I got pretty worried when I heard about terrorists, so Angie and I decided to see what was happening.
I see.
It appears you've done much for us without us even realizing it.
Thanks.
It's nothing really. I'm not doing any of the heavy lifting.
Oh? I thought you were helping with all the paperwork and travel arrangements so everything runs smoothly. And that you're the liaison for our contacts in every region because Instructor Sarah keeps slacking off.
Seriously?
I swear, just when I'd started thinking she was better than we were giving her credit for.
Yeah, that's a little much, even for her.
It's fine. Really. I'm sure she's... Anyway, I heard you guys got to meet the princess. I'm so jealous. I wish I could have met her too.
We could hardly believe we met her ourselves.
She really does look kinda angelic.
Oh, if I'd only shown up earlier and tagged along with you.
Princess Alphen's beauty is definitely one of our national treasures. But your sister's quite the looker herself. I hope I get a chance to meet Elise again someday too.
Actually, she's attending the garden party as Princess Alphen's attendant right now.
Really? Oh, if only I could get Princess Alphen, Elise, and Fee together in the same place. We could call them the Fabulous 15s.
Don't look now, but I think you're being co-opted into some sketchy-sounding group.
Sounds good to me.
If I'd known this was gonna happen, I would have listened to my father and attended that party after all. But no, I couldn't have. I couldn't spoil my charms by wearing a dress. Oh! I could have worn a tuxedo instead. Why didn't I think of that earlier?
Angie, maybe you're putting a little too much thought into this.
Hey, the gang's all here.
Doesn't exactly have her priorities straight, but hey, what are you gonna do?
Crow?
Oh, we didn't know you were here either.
Fancy running into you.
Yeah.
You said you were going to the summer races, didn't you?
How'd the main race go?
Don't ask.
Who could have guessed that Black Prince would come from behind in a burst of speed like that? And then Lumberblitz barely squeezing past into second. There's no way anyone could ever see an upset like that coming.
Oh, I guess I won with those 4 to 5 odds. Glad I decided to pony up some cash for that after all.
Wait, you're the one who won the special prize? Oh, stop feeling up lady luck, would you?
You're just sore because I've got better karma than you.
Angie really does have scarily good luck with stuff like this. Sounds like the bell's chiming 3 o'clock.
Guess that means all the ceremonies must be wrapping up.
Perhaps we should make another round of our patrol areas. Just
That seems like a sound idea.
Yeah, we should get back to our patrols. It was good to see you, everyone.
Okay. Take care out there.
Huh? Back to work already?
I've got my Arcus with me, so just give me a ring if anything happens.
Will do.
Huh? What's wrong?
It feels almost as though...
Well, my guess would be there's been an increase in the water pressure.
Yeah, this must be...
Is this...
Is it some kind of festival attraction?
I don't think so.
Maybe if it was just coming out of the fountains, but if it's coming out of the actual sewers, that's something different altogether.
This must be the terrorists.
Yeah, it seems that way. Angie, Crow, give me a hand. We need to evacuate everyone. The military police have their hands full. We need to handle this ourselves.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay, let's all...
No, we've got this. You have something else you need to take care of. Something important.
More important than this?
What do you mean?
Mater Park.
So this is just a diversion?
I'd bet on it.
What?
Good day, Your Excellency. I do hope you'll forgive me for showing up to this party without an invitation. Ugh. You. Truth be told, I have no real qualms with you, personally. However, you are a willing collaborator with the man we load, so I'm afraid that makes you guilty by association.
I figured that's what you were after. Let those girls go. They have nothing to do with this.
Your Excellency!
afraid we just can't do that. After all, they've yet to play their biggest part. That of your faction's most shameful failure. Oh, but fear not. I have no intention of taking their lives. Luis!
Rean? Rean!
What are you doing here?
You made it.
Dad, are you alright?
The brats from Thors. So you've come to meddle in our affairs again, have you? Not this time, I'm afraid. I won't allow you to interfere.
Is he controlling those beasts?
So that's how those monsters came to be running around out here.
Rean! Be careful!
Elise! Your Highness! You!
My, I can certainly tell when I'm not wanted. I suppose we'll just have to leave then. Go, my beasts! Strip them to the bone!
I'm not going to lose to a couple of these things!
2 large monsters. Combat pattern analysis complete.
Alright, let's take them down.
Okay!
Let's get this over with.
They have a lot of health. Say that.
I'll take you up!
Okay. Here we go.
My turn!
Let's swap you out
Can
for
you handle this?
I'll
Machias
take care of this.
and see what ultimate shot looks like.
I hope you're ready.
This pulls out a bigger gun. It's not really a special skill so much as it is just using a stronger gun.
Okay. Here we go. Got it.
And open!
My turn! Alright!
My turn. Here we go. Got it.
An opening! Right! Now!
I'll handle it. Here we go. Got it. Well, let's go.
Understood!
Go! Alright!
Okay. Here we go. Got it.
And open!
Right. Locked and loaded. You won't get away.
Of course! Off guard!
My turn!
My turn. Here we go.
An opening!
My turn! Now's a chance! Gotcha!
Okay. Now, well, let's go.
Understood!
Alright.
When
So
we
with
fight
2.3
together,
times experience.
No
that
one
gave it some good. XP. Ooh, Raven's almost level 4. So is Iron.
I did it.
Success.
I did it.
we must pursue them at once. There's no time to rest.
Dad, you're bleeding.
This little scratch? But never mind me. Her Highness is in danger. Please, go after her.
All right. Wait!
Patrick? No. I need you to stay and protect everyone who's still here.
Those monsters are still roaming around outside, and the governor is wounded.
But... Please, if you're here, at least I can go knowing my father is in safe hands.
Fine, fine, stay.
That's settled then.
Let us give chase then.
Your Excellency, please let the Railway Military Police know what's happening as soon as you can.
You can count on it.
There's no chests down here except for that one at the very end. To be clear, Claire doesn't really have a orbital computer for a brain. It's just a statement of the fact of how ridiculously intelligent she is. You know, she's one of those people that can make the mathematical calculations on the fly.
Please, Princess Alphen, please be safe.
Difficult mathematical calculations, anyway.
Right. Eat that.
I mean, lots of people can make calculations on the fly.
No problem.
Bring it on.
Right. No escape.
My turn.
Go. That's the power of the 8 leaves.
I've only just.
All right.
Right.
I'll handle it. Okay. Got it.
And open.
Go.
My turn.
It's my turn. Now.
My turn.
Here we go.
Of course.
My turn. Now.
And open. When we fight together,
asshole.
Enemy sighted. Take him out.
Right, all good. Cursed statues.
Shatter! Now, feed!
My turn. Here.
My turn.
Right. Hang in there, everyone.
Thanks. I'll handle it. Here we go. Okay. Here. Got it.
And open!
It's over.
One down.
My turn.
Go. Gotcha.
Right! Shatter! Off guard!
We're open. My turn. Here we go.
My turn.
2 down.
That's the power of the 8 leaves.
Woo! Raven and Iron hit level 4. So I got Luck Crest and increase that to 4 turns and increase that to 4 turns.
Great. I did it.
Success.
It's like the flute is likely a relic from the time of before, but before the time of like before the Dark Ages, basically. In the before 4 time.
It's far enough. What? Shit. What?
Rain, you came for us.
Show's over. Let Her Highness and Elise go. Now.
Considering all that you've done, I can't say I'd be entirely comfortable letting you go free.
But if you release them, we might be willing to consider it. Damn kids.
It's 5 against 3. You've got no chance. And fleeing while trying to carry 2 hostages? I don't think that'll work out too well for you.
So, would you please just let them go?
Impressive. Very impressive. I had no idea Thors was educating such gifts.
Save it. Look, we can keep this stalemate going all day, or you can release them. It's up to you. But I'm warning you, if there's so much as a scratch on either of them, you'll wish the police found you before I did. You.
Rain. Rain.
Very well. We surrender. I'm not so proud that I can't see when we have no chance of victory.
Then...
So you'll let them go?
Absolutely. If you can defeat him, do it.
A volatile anesthetic?
Fear not. I simply thought it best they sleep for a short while. After all, this is hardly a sight fit for the eyes of such innocent maidens.
Damn it!
Another monster?
How?
This roar.
Well, ain't that a thing? Zoro Agruga. Zoro Agrugo.
It's a bone dragon?
Behold! The might of the demonic flute! An artifact capable of holding even the shadow that reigned over Heimdall during the Dark Ages in its throne. Now, I'll have you delay your journey to perdition no longer. Farewell, dear ladies and gentlemen of Class 7.
There's no way we can take on that thing. What are we gonna do?
I can't estimate its strength. Or even the best way to fight it.
We're not just going to roll over and die here. If you think back on how much we've grown just during this field study, there's no way this thing is going to take us down.
My blade is ready.
Too impetuous to know when you're beaten, are you?
Like yo one to speak.
Go, dark tyrant! Bring down the merciless hammer of judgment upon these hapless fools!
Don't let it intimidate you!
Okay.
A dragon-like fiend from the Dark Ages made of bone, sprays dark breath, and has the power to shake space itself.
Here we go.
Oh no, you don't! Go!
Leave it to me.
Now I'm going to swap for this one back in because...
You have my turn. Shatter! Now, feed!
Roger. I'll handle it. Here we go. My turn. Arcus activate. Huh.
My turn. Go!
I'll get you up.
Okay. Here we go.
Of course. Shatter!
Yeah.
Here we go. All right.
My turn. Here we go.
An opening.
My turn. Keep it up, everyone.
Okay. Here we go.
My turn. Off guard.
Broken.
Flames, gather on my blade. Strike!
10,000 damage crit. Nice.
My turn.
Right.
I'll handle it.
Of course. Huh?
Too slow. Okay.
good. Listen to me.
You have my thanks.
I'll handle it.
Ooh, Bugger's healing himself. That's just not on.
I'll handle it.
Right. Shatter.
Right.
My turn.
Okay.
Of course. Hey.
So to do it. I didn't mean to skip fees, it just sort of happened. So I was holding down the silver button.
You've been a wonderful audience.
All right, let's keep going.
Could have been better, could have been worse.
Not bad.
All right.
And look at that, I defeated it.
Impossible.
Who's the hapless fool now? Unfortunately, we're about to do another fight we can't win.
What?
What? You damned!
What?
Yeah!
Should be thankful we didn't cut his arm off.
The demonic flute.
Which means the only purpose you had is now gone.
Mate. Whew, that was a tough one.
What's our plan, Comrade G?
You vile.
Comrade G?
I am fully prepared to lay down my life for our cause. It is not death I fear, but this operation is too important to leave even a corpse behind. I'm afraid I must do what needs to be done, even if that means harming a member of the Imperial family.
I think it's about time we came out to play.
Who are?
Oh my, aren't you a quick little kitty? Just my type.
That's the Sylphid I know.
Comrade S, Comrade V?
Oh, you came for us. What a relief. Now we can...
These must be...
We're terrorists.
I seem to recall specifically telling you to leave the... But I can't say I'm unhappy you decided to check in.
Sorry, boss. But if you got yourself caught here, we would have been off to a pretty bad start.
I do apologize for cutting in, but we figured it was for the best. Comrade C decided to join us too.
And so I have.
A mask.
Comrade C, did my planning for this operation seem that flawed to you?
On the contrary, it was almost perfect. But no plan is completely foolproof. One must always factor in unpredictable elements. As the ladies and gentlemen of Class 7 here have demonstrated so brilliantly.
How does he know who we are?
Who are you?
We have already fulfilled our primary objective. Courting dishonor by harming a member of the Imperial family would gain us nothing now. Do you not agree?
No, you're right. Release them.
Elliot, Machias, I'm leaving the two of them to you.
Okay.
Got it.
There, a gesture of goodwill, in the hopes that we may yet resolve this without bloodshed. What say you, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7? Will you stand aside and let us leave peacefully?
Like hell we will.
You abducted the Imperial Princess and an...
What Erebonian would stand idly by in the face of such an outrage?
It's 5 against 6. This won't be easy.
Guys...
You got guts, kids. I'll give you that.
Well, I certainly wouldn't mind a little roughhousing.
No, it's only right that I be the one to test their mettle. Wielders of the longsword, the great sword, the twin gun swords. Stand
the
and face me.
swords.
I shall be your opponent.
What?
Think of this as an entertaining way to kill some time. The railway military police are already on their way. Until then,
Interesting.
He's awful sure of himself.
Is he serious?
There's no way he can win against all 3 of them.
Whoa, what kind of weapon is that?
Another relic from the Dark Ages. A double saber.
See. You'd have to be quite skilled to wield a weapon like that. You know, make sure you don't cut your own body in half.
now, come at me if you think you're able.
Yeah, this is a fight we can't win.
Allow us to begin.
Of course.
You might be able to win this on a New Game Plus, but I don't know. I've never tried. It might just, you know, do the whole the battle finishes once you get them to a certain amount of HP thing.
Okay. Arcus, activate.
Here we go.
Okay. I'll handle it.
My turn.
My turn. Arcus, activate. Go.
My turn. Here we go.
There we go. It's the battle over with. So yeah, it does do that. You cannot win this fight, though.
That's RC for you.
Ooh, can't deny he's got the brains and the brawn to lead.
What power?
He might even be as strong as Sarah.
Just, who are you people?
From today, you shall know us as the Imperial Liberation Front. In our hearts, the flames of silent anger. In our hands, the hammer of judgment that shall topple the dictator. That is our cause, our purpose.
The Imperial Liberation Front.
What dictator?
Freeze, all of you.
Instructor, Captain Claire.
Just in time.
It appears the time has come to make our exit.
Huh?
Is that...
Farewell. I'm sure we'll meet again.
What? A bomb?
See you around.
Ta-ta for now, my little darlings.
Let's see you claw your way out of this grave.
Passage is collapsing.
Right. Couldn't leave Walnup alone.
Green, you carry Her Highness.
Got it.
That was pretty touch and go back there. But I'm glad to see you all pulled through.
Well, thanks to you.
I had my doubts we were going to make it out of that alive.
You could have come a bit sooner.
Sorry. Anyway, there's no way we'll be able to follow them now.
Indeed.
So, Your Highness!
Oh, thank goodness. Whatever.
I feel like I've caused you all a lot of trouble.
I'm just glad that you're safe and unharmed.
What happened?
Are you alright, Your Highness?
Reen? I'm fine. You should worry more about your sister.
Looks like the intelligence division was right on the mark. We have a number of the routes back to the surface locked down. Think we could smoke them out?
Personally, I doubt it. This tunnel system is incredibly expansive, with too many areas we know nothing about. Continue the search for a while longer, then focus on restoring order in the city.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll send a report to the other divisions and let them know the situation's been resolved.
So, Imperial Liberation Front, what's your game?
In the end, the Railway Military Police brought the chaos under control, and the first day of the festival came to a close. Despite his injuries, Governor Regnitz kept on top of things, ensuring that the rest of the festival passed by peacefully. The next morning, it was time for us to leave the capital behind and make our way back to Trista.
I really don't know how to begin thanking you. You've done so much for our family that I doubt we'll ever be able to repay you.
Not at all, Your Highness.
There's nothing to repay us for. We just did what we had to. Oh, come now. There's no need to be so modest. It scares me to think what might have happened if Elise and I had been taken away by those people. So I can't thank you all enough. Please allow me to extend my thanks for your help as well. I'm truly grateful.
Elise.
Oh, I'm just glad you're safe.
Group B's efforts were a great help to Cedric and I as well. Thank you again for your assistance in restoring order to the city.
I'm honored, Your Highness.
I'm so glad to have been of service.
Just think of it as returning the favor for your help pushing to make Class 7 a reality. Still, now we've got the Imperial Liberation Front to worry about.
Regrettably. There have been signs they were up to no good behind the scenes before now. That incident in Nord, for example, but now they've finally stepped out of the shadows and announced themselves to the world. They appear to be insurgents in the truest sense of the word, led by several key figures. C being the most prominent. The intelligence division is doing its utmost to gather information about these leaders even as we speak.
They struck me as rather mysterious in some ways. Even though they abducted us, they rarely showed the kind of maliciousness one would expect from terrorists. It seemed more like they were in the grip of some kind of intense passion. True. Not that it excuses abducting your highness like they did.
An intense passion, you say?
It did seem that way.
In our hearts, the flames of silent anger. In our hands, the hammer of judgment that shall topple the dictator. That's what their leaders said when they made their appearance.
Indeed. All the ham-handed theatrics of a middle school play.
Yeah. You can tell how gleeful he must have been to say the flames of silent anger in front of an audience.
Well, it's no mystery what they're referring to, at least.
Oh, thank goodness. I didn't miss you.
Wait,
Isn't that... Is he?
Dad's with him too.
Oh, I'm glad you made it, Cedric!
Just in time, too.
Your Highness?
Did you come all this way just to bid us farewell?
Of course. After all you've done for us, I thought it was the least I could do. Is this the rest of Class 7? It's a pleasure to meet you.
Crown Prince
My
Cedric.
name is Cedric Ricey Arner. I wanted to thank you for coming to my sister's aid in her time of need. Allow me to extend to you my most heartfelt appreciation.
You're too generous, Your Highness.
The honor was ours.
Thank you, Your Highness.
This is the Crown Prince. He's pretty cute.
Fee?
I certainly wouldn't mind if you took a few lessons in manliness from the gentlemen of Class 7, though.
Alphen, come on.
I think that's a little harsh, Your Highness.
Well, you're still just 15. You have plenty of growing ahead of you. Still, it isn't often I see you keeping the Imperial Governor company.
I suppose that's true. I just happened to be here on business, so I thought I'd take the chance to say goodbye to everyone.
How are you feeling? Are your injuries all right now?
Yes, nothing too serious, fortunately. I'm still feeling it, but it shouldn't be too much longer before I'm back to my old self.
That's good to hear.
I'm glad to see you looking all hale and hearty, Your Excellency.
Thank you. While no one could have foreseen how it ended, you did manage to complete this month's field study. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I'd like to congratulate you for your...
We're honored you'd say so.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
We three directors may have very different positions on many issues, including how Class 7 should be run. But for my part, I'd like you to enjoy student life however you choose. I think the other directors would agree with me on at least that much.
Dad.
I'm glad to hear you feel that way, Your Excellency.
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about, Your Highness.
Well, if you say so. I've always found you a trustworthy man, of course. But...
Ah, I see that everyone's here.
Hello, Mr. Chancellor.
It couldn't be.
Chancellor Osborne.
As a matter of fact, the Chancellor and I just came from an audience with His Majesty the Emperor.
I'm overjoyed to see you safe and well, Princess Alpha. Clearly, the goddess has bestowed her blessings.
Thank you, Chancellor.
I'd also like to reassure Prince Oliver that we're starting a nationwide hunt for members of the Imperial Liberation Front. An investigation into the backgrounds of its members is also underway, so you needn't worry.
My. Nothing gets past you, does it? Well, I suppose that means you have the security detail for next month's trade conference well in hand?
Of course. I'll see to it that everything is taken care of. Ah, but where are my manners? Please excuse me for not introducing myself.
Gilliam Osborne, Chancellor.
I'm Giliath Osborne, representative of the Erebonian government.
Sorry, Giliath, not Gillian.
Though I imagine those of you who read the papers may know me better as the Blood and Iron Chancellor.
It's an honor to meet you, Your Excellency.
Your reputation precedes you, Your Excellency.
I've heard much about the recent exploits of Thor's Class 7. Traveling across the Empire for first-hand learning with your field studies, it's quite the fascinating program. I hope you'll keep up the good work.
We shall endeavor to.
Thanks.
I hope we'll live up to your expectations.
Ah, yes. It's been quite some time. I'm glad to see your new career path is working out for you.
Thank you, Chancellor. I wouldn't be where I am today if not for you. I really owe you for all you've done for me.
General Van Dyke was my superior back when I was in the Army. As such, I'm planning on granting you a bit of additional assistance. I should have it ready for you in a few weeks' time.
What are you...
I have great expectations for you all. Nurture the bonds you share, and train up bodies and wills of steel. For I have no doubt you'll need them in the turbulent times to come.
Oh. Rean?
Fucking Chancellor.
Ooh, you're moving up in the world. I've got a little reward here for you.
Strega A1.
Drinks are on me someday.
Should be an S rank. Yep.
You guys are the best.
Right. Cover each other. Ooh, rank 4. Powerful strike and auto charge. Alright, I am going to go off for about an hour, maybe hour and a half, while I make myself some dinner and whatnot, but I will be back on later to get partway through chapter 5. Maybe all the way to the end, we'll see how we go. Right, well, catch you around. As always, if you enjoy what I'm doing and you haven't already, please give me a follower on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. And yeah, I'll see you all later.